Hello guys, my name is Elisa and I teach you how to do SolidWorks. So today we're going to talk about how to do assembly, and this is part 2 in my series of teaching you how to do basics of SolidWorks. So let's open a new file, and when you click to open a new file, remember to open an assembly since this is what we're going to be doing. And let's import our project. So in order for you to do assembly, you need to already have parts that you've created previously. So you can create parts in assembly, but it's much more complicated. So I would just recommend importing things. So I have a matcha bowl that I've made here before. So I'm gonna open that. And then I'm gonna place it right here. And so to place it, I just click the left button on my mouse, and now I'm going to also get another object. So in order for you to actually make an assembly, you need at least 2 objects. So I'm going to assembly, insert component. So this is how you insert your second component, and let's say I want to put a screw. It's very random, but let's say so. Okay, so now I have 2 of my objects, and the main purpose of assembly is to align things or assemble them together. Okay, and you can do this for any kind of, let's say you're trying to make a car part and you've made several of your parts and you want to connect them together. So this is how you would do this. This is just me showing you an example on simple objects, but you can use this for anything. So the main idea is mating. So mating means you're going to apply several constraints on your objects and align them so that they cannot move. So when you're 3D printing them, everything's nice and aligned and you don't have to go through trouble. So in my previous video, I already talked about some of the matings like coincident. Today we're going to talk about concentric. So concentric focuses on, of course, circles because it looks at the radius. So first select one of your faces or the objects that you want to make concentric to your other objects. So I want it to be the bottom of this matcha bowl. You see how it's selected immediately and then everything else becomes transparent? So that's how you know it's working. So in order to actually get started, we're going to get our mates. So click on mate up here. And today we're going to talk about concentric. So I've previously talked about the coincident type of mating, but today we're going to talk about concentric. And that one focuses specifically on circles, okay? And usually in order for you to actually select one of the surfaces for mating, you need to click on the actual sketch or revolve of your thing. Because sometimes if you just click on a plane, SolidWorks might not understand that it's actually a circle, so it can't do concentric feature on it. It's a little weird like that, but you know. So once you click on your circle, you see that the rest of the bowl becomes transparent. So that's how we know it's selected one of the planes. And on the left here, we can see that edge 1, this is our first part. Now for the second part, to select the object that we're going to be actually mating to, just make sure this blue mate selection is selected. That's where it adds your parts. And let's say I want to make it concentric to this tube, okay? So when you click on this, and this is important, don't click on the sweep, don't click on this cross, click specifically, see how this tube comes up? Click on the tube. Why? Because tube is cylindrical and it has an actual radius that SolidWorks can look at. Otherwise, the system is going to give you an error. So it automatically matched my thing. And I can move this screw. Okay, so it automatically matched my screw to my bowl. So I'm going to click OK. And over here on the left, you can lock rotation. So let's say you don't want your screw or your object to rotate afterwards. So since it's concentric, it's only going to constrain it based on the radius. So it can go right or left, but it can go up and down, it can twist while staying in that radius. So if you don't want it to twist, you can lock rotation, and that way you will not be able to change the object. But we can still move this up and down, but we cannot move it right or left, if you can see. But I can move this up and down. So let's say I want this to be like, I don't know, sticking out of the matcha bowl. So this is how you do a concentric type. Now, let's say I wanted this to be parallel. Okay, so I'm gonna exit this mate, and I'm also gonna show you how to break a mate. So you made a mate that you don't want. We're gonna go into mates here on our tree, right click with your mouse, either delete or edit. I'm gonna go into edit because I wanna make a different type of mate. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click parallel. Now I'm gonna click on my matcha ball again and then the screw. Okay. I'm gonna click OK. So, and I'm gonna delete this concentric one just to show you what it means. Okay, see, now it's moving, so it can move right or left, but it's gonna stay parallel. So what does this mean? It means that if this is straight in the y-axis, the screw is also gonna stay straight like this in your y-axis. So they're gonna be parallel to each other. All right. So this is how it goes. Yeah. What you can also do is you can do perpendicular, and if you can see, immediately this bolt turned. So because we have our matcha ball like this, the bolt is going to be like this. Okay, so it's just how perpendicular works. So again, we're going to be able to move it up or down, or left or right, but we cannot twist it. So that's how it's going to work. Okay, just going to exit out of that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and keep watching my other series.